Good morning, fellas. It is the 13th of November. I've got traps out. I've had them out since the 10th, and I am super excited to start this trapping season off. And so we're just going to go check some traps today, and hopefully we'll have something to show you guys. All right, guys, it's the 13th of November. I got traps out on the 10th, as I was saying earlier, and we got our first catch of the year. We ended up with this nice looking gray fox. Obviously, not how you would expect me to catch the first critter. I walked up to this. I have a video that I'll post later on this week of my walk up to this trap, but I walked up to the trap seeing it like this, flipped over. As it appears, it looks like a pack of wild dogs, most likely came over here and flipped the trap around and trying to get to our gray fox, so I'm sure he's pretty scared. He's probably pretty stressed, having a rough night, but thankfully he didn't get any more injured because he's in the cage. And that's the cool thing about cages. You know, if I have a foothold out here, you're definitely seeing a mauled gray fox, and that's something you never want to see. So we got the animal safe and secure in the trap there. But yeah, just looking around, just the size of the tracks, it could have been a mountain lion. Because these tracks just are not the clearest in this sand here. But based on a track like that or that, I'm thinking we have either a pack of big coyotes or more likely a pack of wild dogs. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to get this one dispatched, the first gray fox of the year, and we'll see you then. So here's the remake on that set. Not anything special per se, and probably not something I'm going to be using a whole lot during the season, but it's what I have and it did work for the gray, so I'm not going to be complaining about it. Anyway, what I've got going on here is the chicken feathers back there in the bottom of the cage trap. I got some of that shiny green balloon, and I think that works really well to add a level of curiosity to the trap. I also have that piece of a kit fox tail for another attractant there in the back, and then I've got my normal lures. I'll try to link those in the description as best as possible. Great stuff. I got some of Mercer Lawing's gland lure, Bobcat gland lure, and then I have some of his Cage Magic lead-in set, as well as a homemade skunk lure that I use. Just a little bit of skunk essence and petroleum jelly mixed together, and that works well. Got a little bit of flagging here as I'm checking this one, trying to check it from up there on the road. A little bit of this location though, it's a nice location. This wash kind of splits these mountains here, and that's always a good sign when you're looking for bobcat location. There's also a watering hole not too far from this cage trap, which never hurts when you're trying to catch critters. Yeah, so just a simple location, and I think it's a good spot. You've got the thermals from the mountain as little, and there's a lot bigger mountains behind this little small range here in the foothills. So I think you're going to get those thermals coming down the hills and through the back of the trap, so that lure, the smell of it, comes out into the face of the animal walking by. So that's kind of what I'm rocking with on this set. The first catch of 2025 is a gray fox. So we're going to go ahead. We've got plenty more traps to check. We're going to go ahead and get that done, and I'll see you then. All right, so we are on the top of this or near the top of this mountain here. Just some beautiful country, guys. Just look at that. My truck is probably not gonna be able to see it, but it is way... You actually can see it. Yeah, it's way down there. So several hundred yards away, probably about a mile or so, as the crow flies even. And I got a cage in here. But yeah, I found a nice looking trail along this big rock, stuck it into the bush, and very simple set. Nothing too fancy about it, but yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see what happens. I'm going to leave it out here for 2 weeks because it took me a while to get up here, probably an hour and a half, to kind of scramble my way through here with the cage and my pack in hand. So hopefully we'll end up catching something in this spot. That would be one of the most rewarding, I think, of any trap I've ever set. So we're going to get down off this mountain. I got to get to check in some more traps, and I guess we'll see you then. Alrighty, fellas, it is stormy weather out here in the south of Arizona, and we got another door down, and it looks like we got us a nice looking skunk. A smaller skunk for sure, but a skunk nonetheless. If you look at this trap, you can see how beat up it is. You see the hole right there, the broken cam. This thing was shot. People try to use it as targeting practice. I fixed it back up, and now it's running out here and catching critters, so that's really cool to see. Alright, so we're going to let the guy out of the cage here, just very gently and calmly doing that. And there we go. The door's off. We'll come back later on today, and we'll reset the cage. Hopefully he'll be out by then. And there he is. We'll just leave him be for now. But a beautiful little skunk. Always fun to catch them critters in this awesome trap location here in the middle of the wash. Well, how's it going, guys? Another door down and another catch. Good looking bobcat here for number 1 in the season. And it looks like a female, but I think I'll probably end up keeping this one. Nice little set, just stuck it up into this prickly pear. Didn't see much tracks or scat, but I just figured it looked like a good spot. I've had success here in the past, and might as well throw the cage out here and see what I get. So, ended up with this nice bobcat. We're gonna go ahead and get this one dispatched, and I'll see y'all then. Okay guys, we ended up with a nice tom bobcat, so definitely going to keep that one. Just a good set location here along this wash, and then put it right here, backed up to the mountains where I think the thermals will bring the scents out of the front of the cage trap, so the bobcat can get the best whiff possible of those scents that I have in the back there. Yeah, and with the trap here, nothing fancy. I had a couple chicken feathers in the back. Those are almost all gone, but now I have that little shiny piece of tinsel from a balloon in there. And then I also have a little bit of kit fox tail fur hung up on that wire up there, and then just my normal array of lures and beautiful bobcat. So that's the first cat of the year. It's a keeper. It could have a prettier belly, but it's still quite white and black, so we take those around here. Awesome cat, and first for the season. So we're gonna head down the line, and we'll catch you then. 21st of November, out here on the same spot I caught the first cat. I have a nice looking gray fox. This is the second one this season, and obviously just beautiful creatures. Gray fox are. I love them. I think I'm going to end up taking this one as well. It's a decent sized, probably female, but gray fox, just like bobcats and coyotes and skunks, need to be managed, and specifically gray fox, because of their disease, the rabies that they carry. It's important to make sure we harvest them to thin their population a little bit, to ensure that the rabies disease isn't spreading at a high rate. So that's one thing that trapping and hunting of these predatory mammals will help with, for sure. So anyway, beautiful animal. Again, just a simple set here, this wash. I've been using it for a couple of years now, know it works well, know there's cats and other critters traveling it, and that is evidenced clearly by this gray fox and the cat I caught earlier. So happy with this trap. We're going to get this one dispatched, and we'll see you then. How's it going, fellas? Got another door down, got a cat in this one. Pretty excited about that. I'm not sure if we're going to end up keeping this one. But just a very pretty looking bobcat. Might be a little small. But yeah, on the side of a culvert here, just set it up. I've had this set for three or 4 years now. It's always been good to me, and continues the trend here with beautiful bobcat. something I've been doing on these sets that are closer to the roads, closer to people, just to kind of help prevent stealing. I know wire cutters, of course, they exist, so it's not going to stop everything, but you know, I got a little bit of the earth anchor there and a lock on that, so hopefully it'll prevent some people from, you know, up and taking the trap and whatnot. So anyway, excited for this Bobcat, number 2 for the season, and we're not even 2 weeks in, so that's pretty good for me. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna make a determination on this one. I might be letting this one go. We'll let you know about that in a second, but anyway, beautiful Bobcat, cat number 2. How's it going, guys? Out here on the line, it's the 24th of November. Got another door down, and we got a catch on this one. So we ended up getting a little gray fox here on this rocky point. You can see right here some nice structure. I was hoping for a bobcat, but you really could definitely see a fox getting caught in this trap as well. Anyway, a nice little trail that goes around this whole little point, and it goes out this way, but it goes straight to the trap. That's why I thought it was going to be a good spot. Turns out I was right, at least for fox anyway. So probably going to keep this one as well. Nice looking little gray, fully primed up here in late November. But yeah, pretty animal. That's the 3rd gray fox for the season. All right, Thanksgiving Day, something to be thankful for in this cage. I've got 3 cages out. Yesterday I was short on time when I was setting out my new line, but it looks like we got ourselves another bobcat. I'm not gonna make any, you know, statements here if I'm gonna keep this one or not. I'm just not sure. This is my smallest cage trap. He fills it up well, but I really can't tell. It's a smaller cage, of course, but obviously awesome to have a cat the first time I check a cage on a new line here. This area is kind of, I'd say it's kind of suburban, more rural, but kind of suburban. And first night soaking the traps, and got us a beautiful bobcat. So we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna make a determination here with this one, and I'll see you then. Well, fellas, here's the remake on that set. It turned out to be a beautiful and pretty big female bobcat, so ended up taking her. Looks like she's an older cat for sure. That's awesome. And I think that's the 2nd out of 3 cats so far in this cage. So 60% of my cats, 66% actually, in this 8-inch cage trap, and both of them have been really nice sized bobcats. So this is kind of the set remake here. A little bit of rabbit fur, a little bird's nest with some chicken feathers and some hay mixed in, and then I got some lures in the back there. Nothing too fancy, but it works well, and definitely excited about that for cat number 3 and the first night check with a beautiful bobcat on this new line. So very thankful here on this Thanksgiving morning. We're gonna go ahead and get down the line, and I'll see you later. How's it going, guys? It is the 4th of December. We got a door down and a beautiful catch. Yep, we ended up with the 4th bobcat here on the 4th of December. This is the first cat for the month of December, so always a blessing. And this is the first night out for this cage trap. And I'm gonna be really honest with y'all. I mean, it's a wash, right? And those are almost always great locations. But I really didn't have a whole lot of faith beyond that. I was like, you know what? I got an extra cage. I need to go and set it out. Found a good looking wash, and first night, and God shows the unpredictability of these creatures. You know, just straight like that, you catch a cat the first night in a spot where you really don't think there's that great of a chance of catching something. So anyway, awesome catch for the 4th cat of the year. Well, just got the remake done on that set. The cat I dispatched. It's a very decently sized male, so no complaints there at all. And yeah, just a simple remake on that set. Got the chicken feathers right there, chicken wing on the side. And then I got my little hose that I've been kind of reinstituting into my trap lines. I've kind of stopped using them for a bit, but they definitely make things easier. So I found an old hose, cut it up, and stuck a couple nails through them, so they're able to hang through that mesh in the cage trap there. So yeah, just a very simple setup. Also run with some pillow feathers mixed in with some chicken feathers, and then some grass/hay. So just have this bucket here with chicken feather parts, so you get that authentic smell, and then you've got just the look of all these extra pillow feathers, and then I've got mixed in there some grass/hay, so it makes it look like a bird's nest when you throw it in the back of the trap there. And I like to use that as just a little extra attractant in the back of that trap. And hey, it worked, caught the cat, so no complaints from my side here. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead, get this cat tagged, and head down the line. Well, how's it going, fellas? It is the 10th of December, got another door down, and finally, another catch. Well, we have cat number 5 for the year. I'm not sure if I'm keeping this one. It looks like a fully matured bobcat, and pretty decent sized cat, for my money anyway. Not the happiest critter in the world, not the happy camper that you'd normally get, but hey, I'd be mad if I was stuck in a cage like this too. We're gonna have to look at that belly. By the back, it does look like it's gonna be like a more casty type belly, just by what I've seen when I see the similar back. Always happy to have a cat. The belly is not the main reason we trap. It's because we trap for conservation and for population management, but obviously the belly has some role to play in the trapping we do. So it'll be interesting seeing what I have on the underside of this cat, but I plan on keeping this one as well. And anyway, awesome cat for cat number 5 for the season. Just a quick little location note here on this good sized wash that goes into some rural area. I caught a cat here on Thanksgiving, and finally another cat about 2-3 weeks later. So it's been a bit, but always happy for the catches. Probably gonna get this one dispatched, and we'll see you then. Well, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun out there setting traps, checking traps. Please go ahead and like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.